President Donald Trump is now openly embracing the conservative blueprint he desperately tried to distance himself from during the 2024 campaign.
Project 2025, I've never read it. I don't want to read it because that way I can be honest with you. I don't want to read it.
In a post on his Truth Social site Thursday morning, Trump announced he would be meeting with his budget chief, quote, Russ Vought, he of Project 2025 fame, to discuss which federal agencies should be cut and whether the cuts should be permanent.
And they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is, it's Project 25. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things and they are extreme.
Sabbath blue laws.
Blue laws.
A blue law.
Blue laws.
Blue laws.
Blue laws.
Sabbath laws on Sunday.
And so reaching out to the state.
Maybe the Sabbath laws.
Blue laws.
Blue laws.
Blue laws.
Sunday closing laws.
Blue laws, right?
Blue laws meant everything was closed.
The blue laws. Sunday's accepted.
Proverbs 23 verse 23. Buy truth and do not sell it. From government shutdown to Sunday laws, how close are we? It was all planned by Trump and Project 2025. And even secular news confirmed. October 3, 2025. Headlines. Trump no longer distancing himself from Project 2025 as he uses Shutdown to further pursue the Project 2025 its goals.
Let's talk about what's going to happen now as this rolls along. President Trump appears now to be openly embracing the conservative blueprint Project 2025. Remember that from last year amid the government shutdown, despite distancing himself from that during the 2024 campaign. In a social media post yesterday, the president announced he would be meeting with his budget chief, Russell Vought, identifying him as of Project 2025 fame to discuss agency cuts amid the shutdown. Vought told House Republicans on a conference call this week mass firings at the federal level would happen, in addition to hundreds of thousands of government workers who are typically furloughed during a shutdown.
The current government shutdown has become a pivotal moment in American politics, providing President Trump with a powerful opportunity to accelerate the agenda of Project 2025. While once distancing himself from the plan, Trump is now openly embracing its architects, such as Budget Chief Russ Vought and Jonathan Berry, and utilizing the shutdown as a tool to dismantle opposing federal agencies, consolidate presidential power, and realign the nation's priority in harmony with Christian nationalism objectives. Independent.co.uk, October 4, 2025. Donald Trump stars in a new Grim Reaper AI-generated music video. Donald Trump starred in a Grim Reaper themed AI-generated video posted to his Truth Social account mocking Democrats. The clip featured a cover of Blue Oyster's Cult's Don't Fear the Reaper, with Russell Vought's portrayed as the mythological character. It came as the president threatened to use a temporary lapse in government funding to enact permanent cuts to the federal workforce as a way to punish workers at agencies he delivers are staffed by people who did not vote for him or his party. Dearest friends, President Trump would meet with the Office of Management and Budget Director, I quote, to determine which of the many Democrat agencies, most of which are political scam, he recommends to be cut and whether or not those cuts will be temporary or permanent. Steve Bannon is a highly influential and controversial American political activist, media executive, and former White House chief strategist during Donald Trump's first presidency. He has long been a leading advocate of linking Christian identity with political power. Here is what he said on the previous memorial for Charlie Kirk.
The whole service was muscular Christianity. This is why I put out the New York Times and MSNBC are going to lead tomorrow because they're melting down. Muscular, a form of muscular Christianity, Christian nationalism, was put forward here in the memorial service for a slain American martyr.
Yeah.
Right? And they're going to freak out because you had the director of national intelligence, you had the head of the personnel office in the president, secretary of war, secretary of state, vice president of the United States, president of the United States. And not just Charlie's team and the widow. I mean, the most powerful people in the United States government, in the world. And we've never had this, even in the 19th century or the 18th century. And we've never had that professed about a guy's lived Christianity.
And one of the interesting proposals that you've laid out in Project 2025 handbook from Heritage is stuff around the Sabbath. Mm-hmm. What are some of the ideas that you have there?
Yes. So this is, it sounds controversial. Mm-hmm. In many respects, it is a return to something that basically always everyone ever had. Mm-hmm. And it's specifically the idea of encouraging Sabbath rest through discouraging commerce. Encouraging Sabbath rest through discouraging commerce. Encouraging Sabbath rest through discouraging commerce on the Sabbath. The proposal that's in our book is amending the basic federal overtime law, Fair Labor Standards Act, to require that overtime be paid for all work done on the Sabbath. Encouraging Sabbath rest through discouraging commerce. Encouraging Sabbath rest through discouraging commerce. Encouraging Sabbath rest through discouraging commerce.
Basically, he's saying that the proposal is all based in the playbook of Project 2025, that only a few decades, he says, that the states had forgotten Sunday, but now it's time to remember Sunday. Encouraging Sabbath rest by discouraging commerce is just a nice way of saying, if you do not rest on Sundays, you cannot buy or sell. President Donald Trump and all of the high-ranking influential people, it was a striking display of muscular Christian nationalism where political power and religious fervor, Steve, came together in full view of the nation. He describes the massive high-profile memorial which combined the atmosphere of a worship service with the intensity of a political rally. But it is all a movement to enforce Sunday and Christian nationalism. Dearest friends, to know God is to love God, and to love God is to obey the Ten Commandments of God. Is Jesus your example? Is Jesus the driving motivation in your life? The most influential, powerful force in the universe will exalt the laws of man. But the people of God will not be intimidated, but rather we will display unwavering faith in Him and will reject Project 2025. Kindly type our response today. I reject Project 2025. Thank you, dear friends. Continue to share truth found in Bible prophecy.